You know who I am, right?
Are you?
Mike Lee, there. The lady gets a card. Second chance, and why am I famous?
Running from there.
Bingo, you get a card. Yay! We have a city council that has no strategic plan. It's our stance that the first thing that needs to happen is a complete reorganization of city council. Is it more important to deal with the issue of someone sleeping in the doorway dying of cancer, or is it more important to fix the sidewalks? We want to encourage the formation of neighborhood councils that provide specific instructions to their city council representatives. I want to see us being the leaders of a regional solution, be able to replicate what we do here in Berkeley to a regional and into a national level. Big supporter of Bernie Sanders. I think that he was hitting us a very key thing. And the basic thing that he was talking about was empowering, individual citizens to include their voice and their concerns within the decision-making process. And I think that's very crucial, especially here locally. Because within our campaign, people come up to me every day with some wonderful ideas. It's crazy stuff. Everything from fixing sidewalks to homelessness to everything. And then they also come to me with a lot of concerns, sort of thing. And people are totally astounded when we ask them, what do you think the solution is? Because that's how we respond to people. What do you think is the priority? What do you think is the solution? It's not up to me. It's up to you. If you were mayor for the day, what would be the first thing that you would do?
I get rid of the city council and have them all go out to work because they're all full of shit.
You know what? You and I are on the same page because I'm about neighborhood councils and about including the
I don't like the city council. Most of them are full of shit. Aragon, the other guy who's running for mayor, he's an asshole. He's an asshole too.
Yeah, and Capitelli?
Oh, he's an asshole three.
We're on board with that because I want to do multi-representatives for the district. That what people have to truly understand is that for years and years and years we've done the same thing. We go to the polls every 2 to 4 years. We go out there and cast our vote, cross our fingers, and hope for the best result. The thing of it is that we have to truly understand that we continually vote for professional politicians and political insiders. It has resulted in a 40% increase in rents over the past year. We have a crime rate that is over 50% higher than the national average. We have a homeless population that has increased by 53%. Why is that? Because the fact of the matter that we continue to have political insiders, professional politicians, trying to maintain their paycheck, trying to make deals with the developers, sort of thing. And we continually keep electing these people. What we're saying is let's try something radically different. Let's throw these people out. Let's put in citizens into these positions and see what happens. And our message is very clear. Put us in office, see what we do. You can't do any worse than what you've done for the last 14 or 15 years. What is guaranteed, absolutely without a doubt, if you put these same people back in office, you are going to get the same result.
It's going to be tough for you to get in because you know why? They raised a lot of money. I don't know how much money you raised, but they're fucking corrupt, all of them.
For God's sakes, at least think before you vote. Because quite frankly, these people are going to stand there, they're going to talk about their history, and they're going to beat their chest, say what a great guy they are. And our response should be, then how come we have a crime rate that's so high? How come you can't fix the sidewalks? Why is it you give the developer a $13 million rebate, but I don't get an ice cream cone? Things of that nature. And that's the reality of the situation, sort of thing. But if we don't do that, if we go back and we vote for these people, then don't sit around and cry when they go ahead and give another $13 million to the developers while your kids can't eat or you can't put shoes on your kids' feet. Don't come crying because you're the problem. You become the problem. But dare, like Bernie Sanders said, to reach out there and make a difference and make a change. Because that's what Bernie was about. He said, dare to stand up, dare to make that change, dare to speak up, become the voice of the voiceless. The thing of it is that the power of the people is absolutely unsurmountable. Don't be surprised when I'm standing in front of a bulldozer chaining myself to it. because of the fact the community has decided that we don't want this 21-foot high-rise going up there. Okay, so I'm going to tell them straight up front. I'm going to try to be reasonable and to work out the best deal I possibly can. But the days of you completely ignoring the plight of people sleeping in the doorway and you turning a blind eye to some of the things that are going on there, that's quite frankly going to be over and done. But we're going to be reasonable, we're going to be rational, we're going to sit down and we're going to try to make something happen, make something work. But if you want to continue the obstructionist policies of Laura Capitelli, Dratzi, and all those other people who represent the privileged, no, there's more of us than there are of you. And I'm a boots on the ground kind of guy, and I'm telling you, if I come out of that chair and I tell the community, let's go, where are we going? We're going to go march on this guy's house. We're going to go over there, we're going to barbecue, we're going to sing Kumbaya, we're going to dance in front of their house at 3 o'clock in the morning, and if that don't work on Tuesday, we're coming back on Wednesday, we're coming back on Thursday, we're coming back on Friday. And we're going to keep coming back, and we're going to bring more people. We're going to clown you on Facebook. We're going to follow you. Every time that you come out for coffee, you're going to see one of us standing there going, why don't you be reasonable in your position? Why don't you help us build affordable housing? I mean, my whole thing is that I'm very responsive when people call me up or tell me or I'm aware of situations when it comes to tenants, development, anything. Call me up, here's my email, I'm one of the easiest guys to find, and I will be there. I will be there. The problems with the Berkeley Police Department is clearly that there is no leadership from City Council and the Mayor. There is absolutely no leadership. I guarantee you, on day number 2, I am going to meet with the chief of police, and I'm going to tell him there are certain things that are not going to happen. We are going to put an end to racial profiling. We are going to have a professional conduct. You are going to go out and you are going to catch bad guys. You're going to quit chasing homeless people. Stop it. You're going to quit profiling people. I catch you doing these things. Goodbye. Pack your bags. Pack your bags, I'm going to fire you publicly. Then I'm going to walk out of that meeting and I'm going to hold a press conference and I'm going to publicly state that the Berkeley Police Department from this day forward is prohibited chasing homeless people with profiling because we need to have police accountability. It's the first thing, it's leadership. The second thing is that we're going to sit down with members of Cop Watch and members of the community. We are going to have an independent police review commission that has the power to hire and fire. Period. End. They're going to have the power to set policy. I don't care what the union says. I don't care what the cops say. We are going to try to be rational and reasonable, and we're not going to pass laws that's going to endanger them as they do their job. What we're going to do is we're going to put together a procedure and a set of policies that ensures professional behavior. My number one concern is for the safety of rank and file officers. And I've told this to several of them now today. I've said you can expect leadership because that's what you're looking for. What is the significance of a homeless person running for mayor? Even more importantly, a homeless person that has brokered a deal among city council and got them to work in coalition on ending homelessness via building tiny houses. What is the significance of a homeless person being able to walk into any city council's office and go, hi, I'd like to talk to you about this. That's significant. I try to point this out that today we're talking about homelessness and today we're talking about tiny houses, but we're not content with that. We want to talk about building low-income housing that people can afford, and everything that comes up in the city. It was only one issue that we were talking about, was homelessness. But then we realized as we continue to go out throughout the community, that this is a community that's suffering a lot of pain and misery, a lot of struggle that's going on. among non-homeless people. I think that we represent issues all the way across the board, especially for tenants, because we're the only people that are actually talking about having financial penalties for landlords not fixing your water heat. For us, what's more important than me getting elected is that we wind up with a community that understands that it's okay for them to do self-organization. It's okay for them to go ahead and form neighborhood councils. It's okay for them to march at City Hall and try to change things. You know, that's what we want to see, and that's going to be our victory. Because for our campaign, we've already accomplished everything that we wanted to do. We are providing a voice for the voiceless, and issues are being talked about that normally would. The last thing I want to say is don't believe the hype. Don't believe any of the lies. Just because these people have a nice history and they've been around a while, you know, just step back for a moment and ask yourself, could that be part of the problem, that they're entrenched?